So after we did our examples, I want you guys to take a look at those methods and which one do you prefer. So make sure you review those videos and see which one made a little more sense, and then type your response here, so that way we can see what your comment, what your preferred method is. So now let's go ahead and practice on some. So again, pick whatever method works best for you, and then basically go ahead and practice solving or practice factoring your quadratic forms, your little trinomials here. So I'm going to show both methods at the same time, so that way it's a little bit easier from here. Okay. Now, first thing, I'm going to do that reverse box method. I'm going to take my x squared, put my x squared, my leading term, and then my 49 here. So what's going to happen is, like I said, this was the same in both methods. So basically I have my a times c. So I'm just basically doing my 1. That's my a, that's my b, and that's my c. It's in standard form. I'm doing my 1 times 49. So that's 49. So what numbers can multiply to get 49? So you got to make up this list here, so you guys can practice this. So I get 1 and 49. 3 doesn't work. 2 doesn't work, is odd. And then another one I can have is 7 and 7. 7 times 7 gives me 49. Now, out of all these possibilities, so these two here, which one can possibly give me this b term? And the only one, or this b term, are 14. 1 and 49 are way off to get 14. But the 7 and 7 are definitely going to work for us. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have 7x and 7x because I had the 14x. So if I do 7x plus 7x, I'll get my 14x here. So again, factor. What can I factor out of each one here? So factor out of this, factor out of this. Well, I can factor out of 7. Since this one doesn't have a number, but this one does, I really can't factor out a number. But this has an x squared and this has an x. I can easily factor out an x or take away an x here and an x here. Top, I have an x squared and 7x. I can again take away another x. Here, if you notice, they're the same how it's set up here. So what can I factor out of this one? Yeah, 7. So what we notice is I have an x and a 7, x and 7, or x plus 7, x plus 7, and that's basically what our factored form answer is. So that's one way of doing it with that reverse box method. Diamond method would basically be, if I take my a and c, this is 49. I have my b number, so that's a times c. This is b, here's my b, 14. What numbers can multiply to get 49, and what numbers can add to each other to get 14, add or subtract? And the only ones that we come up with, again, is our 7 and 7. So these are going to be our numbers, our constant numbers, and it's going to look like this: x plus 7, x plus 7. But if you notice, they're the exact same. So I can also rewrite it as x plus 7 squared to the second power, since there's two of them. And that's how we do this particular example.